Hey everybody, Kevin here for CrackBerry.com. We're at BlackBerry World 2012. Just got out of the keynote session and I'm excited. I mean, this is, in years gone by, I've normally gone around with the microphone and asked other people to give me their reactions. And honestly, this year I don't really care. I'm gonna give you guys my reactions on things because I'm really effing excited. So, a few things first, right? Number one, the keynote. I thought Thorsten did a great job as the new CEO of RIM. I thought he, knocked it out of the park. He's really welcoming on stage, very friendly. He ended with the old "Let's rock and roll this." Schwarzenegger has his "I'll be back." He's got his tagline. Unfortunately that's going to stick with him, but it's a good one, so he picked well. But let's talk BlackBerry 10. They gave us a glimpse of it today. We weren't really sure coming into it what to expect. We knew about that alpha, the dev alpha devices. We knew they were running Playbook OS. The big question was, what were they going to do for a phone? Were they going to just make that shrunk down and keep the same user interface with the swipe gestures, or give us something new? And they gave us something new that is pure BlackBerry. That's why I'm so excited. I've used a lot of full touchscreen devices over the years. I've used the iPhone 4S, I've used Galaxy Nexus, all these guys, and I never get used to them being a BlackBerry person because I love this one-handed ease of use and control, right? Having a trackpad, being able to control my whole phone with these kind of buttons, that's awesome. It's a phone I can use while I'm walking and talking and doing that kind of thing. Full touchscreen's not as good with it today, but RIM basically took the BlackBerry user experience and has now put it into a full touchscreen. So they've really almost, if you think about it, they took the trackpad, the concept of the trackpad, and basically transplanted it to the touchscreen. So now you're going to have this sort of swipe gesture on the display that, when you're in an app, you can just go like that, and it's going to pull up your notification bar vertically. And then if you want to go into it, you can just swipe further and you're right into the apps and swipe back and forth between apps. Really clever, and not forcing you to do like, oh, hold the phone like this and go like this. And it's built for one-handed ease of use. That is awesome. Keyboard, second thing they showed off. So RIM owns the physical keyboard world, and basically today to me they stated they're just going to be known for the keyboard company, period. If there's one thing, Apple's got the app game, BlackBerry, keyboards, don't even try to mess with them in it. And I think they put out a keyboard today that makes a lot of sense for a lot of reasons. So one, it has that kind of BlackBerry look, and this isn't a great representation, but it works, right? Where you have big buttons on it, it promotes that sort of two-thumb typing, which RIM loves thumbs, thumbs rule, right? But one of the problems with most of the other sort of touchscreen software keyboards to date is when you start to use like autocorrection and that, it's always diverting your attention from the keys you're looking at. But what they're doing now is they're actually layering their auto suggestions on top of the letters you're about to strike, and they're using intelligence on it. So if I was to type, TH, all of a sudden the word this is going to appear where the I is, because it already knows. And then at that point, it already knows what follows the word this often, is. All of a sudden, is on the keyboard, and it would be there, and I just swipe it up. I don't even have to tap it, I just keep swiping as I type. And that kind of experience is really good, because I think it's honestly going to be an addictive keyboard experience. This is going to be like the real CrackBerry Prayer back on a touchscreen, where this is just going to be a phone you pick up just to play with it, because it's so cool the way it works. The keyboard, I think it's looking brilliant. One of the things they told us too is it's intelligent, so it's actually learning as you use it, not just for things like the word suggestion, but even where you strike. So if you're a person who tends to strike, the T a little high, over time it's going to learn that, and it's going to take, the top left corner of the T as the center of the T. Awesome. This is back to the days of like the original BlackBerry, where or one of the older BlackBerries, you have a track wheel and you could use the thing without looking at it because the menu systems just always went to where you want to go. This is RIM thinking for you to save seconds, which pile up into minutes and hours and years of your life, right? This is a phone for people who have shit to do and want to get it done. That's it. Now they framed it up a little nicer by saying, well, the BlackBerry is for successful people. It's for the shakers and the movers. That's who it's for, right? If you got time to kill, you're looking to waste time, you want something to entertain you, there's going to be other devices. RIM here is very clear with their messaging, and the other reason I'm so excited is because they figured it out. They're going back to the roots of who they're building a phone for. This is not needing to build an Apple-killing device. This is not the device your 4-year-old is going to use or your 84-year-old family member is going to use. This is the phone that people who are productive and making money and rocking the world are gonna rock and use, and that's it, and that's who they're going after. And that's maybe not a 4 out of 5 users, maybe that's 1 out of 5 users, right? but that's fine. This is not a smartphone market anymore. This is like a global phone market, and RIM just said, this is what we're going after, and we're gonna own it. And what they showed us today is really setting the stage perfectly for that. The other thing that really has me excited is just, with the clear angle they're going after, we want to, every day that the phones aren't on the market, it's revenue lost. RIM has to push these to market fast. They need to finish, but they need to make sure this feels like a finished full product. It can't be a 0.891 launch. This has to feel like a 1.2, 1.3. And Torsten Heinz was clear, they have to get it right. So that's fine. So, and I think it's okay because of who they're going after here. These are people who might have already moved on to their platforms, but they're gonna come to this phone because this is an experience that I think is gonna resonate with a lot of people. They know they have to fill in their app gap. We saw today they're really working hard on that. I mean, BlackBerry Jam's going on. They're giving away these Dev Alpha devices to get developers building apps for launch of the phones. But it's a RIM that has their act together, and I'm laser focused on what they want to do, who they're after. The messaging was clear. They showed what they wanted to show. They're not apologetic about who they're not targeting for a customer. They kind of reinforced that by even the partners they brought out on stage, like Salesforce and guys like that. They didn't bring out Rovio today. They brought out people who want to make money first and foremost, and then they want to kill time. And RIM's got their priorities straight. So this is like, I don't know, man, vintage CrackBerry Kevin is like back full force. If you don't like it, suck it, kill it. Video's over.